From the heart of Moonshine Country comes a podcast so irreverent, it'll make your grouchy grandma blush. The Overland Bonfire from Blue Ridge Overland Gear. Podcast about vehicle camping, overland gear, and long tangents about food. I'm hungry.
So, you know how we always joke that our editor talks about how every episode becomes a food episode? Well, on this episode of the Overland Bonfire,
it is all food.
It is all food.
That's what we're saying.
It may even be the best food. Matt.
Might be the best food. As a matter of fact, I can confirm. I believe this is the best food.
Like almost anything, like pizza, tacos. Somebody's like, "Oh, do you want a slice of pizza?" Actually, that's a bad example.
Because you almost always say yes.
Yeah. But a lot of things, like, there's not always a yes. But with beef jerky,
and the other thing is, like with pizza, there's a lot of toppings where I would go, "Nah, it's all right.
That's
I'll
true.
pass." Beef jerky, I don't know that I've ever said no.
I'll try any beef jerky once.
Right.
Yeah. I had
Absolutely.
salmon jerky once. That one's in the once column.
Let's call it with that's not beef.
That's true.
We're talking
Just
about
a
beef
jerky.
and jerky, not
Yeah.
salmon and jerky.
Valid point.
We're not talking about jerk salmon. We're talking about jerked beef. Okay.
So we are going to, as you can see very scientifically, go through some samples that were sent to us. We had actually, my wife provided one, her favorite. Bobby Anderson, Viking Building on Instagram, met up with us at Expo a couple days ago and had a whole tote bag. So Bobby, good friend of Blue Ridge, thanks
You're
for
winning,
coming
man.
through.
We really appreciate that.
And then the folks from 395 Jerky actually hit us up almost instantly after the last episode went live when we mentioned this and was like, "Oh, we'll send you some jerky. Where does it go?"
Yeah.
I mean, it was like that.
Yeah, it was great. And we've replaced CT with a whiteboard. So it's an upgrade, maybe. I shouldn't say that.
I have tried to take notes on CT. It wasn't very
Didn't work at all.
Yeah. So
the whiteboard is definitely easier to take notes on.
yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna start out with one. You may notice that a few of these have been cracked into because restraint around jerky is not our strong suit.
Man.
So we're gonna try this Cattleman's Cut. This is a Texas style flank steak. This stuff is out of Kent, Washington, owned by a larger company, but it is made in the USA, so that's nice.
Is it jerky not made in the USA?
I mean, I'm sure somewhere.
We need to figure that out because that's important information to know just from my personal satisfaction.
While we're sampling our pieces here, we're going to let you know that we're going to judge each of these based on a couple of metrics. Matt and I are going to do this independently, but it is going to be based off of taste, texture, and then an overall score. Because like maybe sometimes you just get one that just doesn't really jive with your personal preferences. So
what do you like in a beef jerky? I'm just curious now.
yeah, so I definitely lean much further towards the maybe the tougher side of things. The very dehydrated, takes a little time to chew it. I like a jerky that when you put it in there, like you can't just you're not going to snack on a bag in 15 minutes because it's not physically possible to chew the bag in 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is a little soft, a little squishy.
Yeah. It is
Moist maybe, I don't know.
It is. I'm not going to lie, actually, Cam and the shop and I were saying like this is almost like, and I think Rodney brought it up. You could throw that on like a taco. Like
yeah.
if it was warmed up, that is not
It's really
unacceptably tough.
No, it's really good. I mean, I like it. I'm a fan of again, same thing you were talking about. I like heavy salt, heavy pepper, and
Yeah.
I like to work on it for a while.
Yeah. I will say this has an excellent flavor though. It
Yeah.
is very middle of the road, like obviously kind of quality
No, 100%.
coming through. So Matt, I'll let you lead the way.
So what are our categories?
So we're doing taste first, then texture, and then just your
Which one is
overall.
this? So,
Yeah, the flank.
What's the number? What's the rating?
We'll do 1 through 5 just to make it easy. Because
1
that's
through
like
5?
terrible, pretty good.
I would say
New-
taste is a 4. Texture for me is a 3. Overall, I would say it's a 4.
Okay, we're not far off. Yeah, we're going to move around more on this episode than we ever have before. So I'm going to say taste. Yeah, actually, I mean, because it surprised me. And then I'm actually going to go with a 2 for the texture. And then we'll call that a 3 overall. Oops.
I didn't hate I don't hate the texture, even though it's
It kind of
squishier than I like.
It kind of freaks me out actually. Like,
Oh, really?
Like it's like how is it jerked, preserved, and it's still that tender?
But biltong's kind of like that, right?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, and they make that with a light bulb or
We could have
in the
totally.
sun.
Somebody could have just sent us like
Yeah.
in a burlap bag. Okay, now I'm already feeling better about this. This is the Cattleman's Cut teriyaki, hardwood smoked.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, now I like to see this. Like we got some lights here, and I can actually see the light through like where it was like pressed or whatever. Got a good.
I will say the only thing I'm not a teriyaki fan. I mean, just in general.
It comes and goes for me. Like,
Yeah. Okay. What is it? Taste first?
yep, taste first, then texture.
I'm gonna go with 2 because I don't like teriyaki that much. And texture is probably still a 3 for me. Overall, call it a 3.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's not like overpowering teriyaki, which is usually when I don't like it. Like it's like drinking a bottle of teriyaki sauce. That's not my thing. But I do like the texture on that one. And it's not bad overall.
I'm kind of excited about this Anthem bourbon. I'm gonna open that up while you're writing. Anthem bourbon, premium jerky.
Yeah, Bobby's definitely pointed out that these were some of his favorites. I will say the Anthem packaging is there's 2 different types of bags, and they both are pretty well designed and stuff like that.
And it's veteran owned, so
Yep.
shout out to Anthem Jerky and the veteran owned company.
Oh, and this is distributed by Anthem Snacks, so this is
We're own shit.
yeah, they're doing their thing. Cool. 10% of profits go to veteran and first responder organizations. Yeah.
Still a little
Oh.
squishy for me.
Bourbon from Montana's own Willie's Distillery, a veteran-owned operation rooted in Ennis, Montana. Ennis?
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 I don't know. I'm not positive I can get behind Montana bourbon. I'm just saying, sorry for my Montana folks, but we live way too close to Kentucky to feel good about that.
Matt definitely subscribes to the Kentucky law.
I do. Everything else is brown liquor, and I'm okay with brown liquor. We should just call it what it is. It's brown whiskey. Unless it's rye, then it's okay. Yeah. This is the bourbon. I'm gonna go with 3 in taste. Texture a 3, overall 3.
Yeah, see, I like this one because it takes a second. You can't just start talking. Like,
you have to chew through it.
I'm not really getting a heavy bourbon.
I'm
Like,
not either. It's sweet almost.
Yeah, which makes me very curious about the next one. But it does have a sweet flavor. I do like the texture though. So
Yeah, I'll give it that. Smoked honey. Smoked honey bourbon is next from Anthem. Same thing. Veteran owned. Distributed by them, which we appreciate.
meat ready to eat on the back of this one. MRE. I can get behind that.
Okay. Texture very similar, it looks like.
Smoked, made with real wood smoke. I thought it almost for a second said smoked with real wood smoke.
Actually need something to cleanse my palate, I think.
I have coffee. Some gas station coffee. So it looks the same, but at least the piece I got's a lot more tender than the other one, than the bourbon.
I actually like this quite a bit. I'm surprised because normally I would not go with smoked honey. Would be like, I would absolutely not buy that because I don't like super sweet stuff.
Yeah, I like sweet and savory, but like this is well balanced. It's not
I
like
don't even know what savory means.
like the salty like.
Oh, I like salt. Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of flavors,
All right, we're going
your score.
Smoked honey flavor. We're gonna give that one a 4. Texture's a 3. Overall, we'll call it a 4.
No, I'm with you. I think this is my favorite of the 2 from Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And
it ranks pretty high for me. I like it.
yeah, and I think I would have to tell anybody like, hey, it says smoked honey, but it's not like crystallized sugar on it or anything.
Right, because that would have been my fear. Made with premium beef, real smoke, gluten free, and no MSG.
Good old gluten free. Yeah,
Gluten free. Huh? I guess you could find glutens if they used what? Because dead cow does not have a gluten in it.
Yeah.
Just thinking, so should be pretty obviously gluten.
There's no gluten in salt.
Right.
I don't think there's any gluten in any seasoning that I'm aware of.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. Yeah, and the ingredients, like you can actually read them, right? It's like beef, brown sugar, water, tomato paste, citric acid, honey, less than 2%, something pureed. Oh, apricot puree, concentrated red wine vinegar, salt, molasses, natural apple. Like I can actually read it.
Yeah. And molasses is interesting. That's one of my favorite like foods that most people don't get down with. I love some molasses.
I like it in stuff.
Oh no, I like it with like butter on a biscuit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never had it like that.
Oh,
all right.
Mingu's next. Mingu.
Oh, Mingu. I'm sorry. This
hey,
one...
before we go any further, a mid break. So Rodney, Overland Medic's in town. He'll probably be on the next episode. We went out to lunch yesterday, local place where we don't normally go to Liberty Station for lunch. We're there for dinner.
Yeah.
Rodney ordered the mozzarella sticks. All right, cool. Normal appetizer. It came with a raspberry glazed sauce. Talk about a sweet and savory. That was
almost jelly with your cheese stick.
That was an interesting experience. Hey, so a little on Mingu. So this is from Paris, Kentucky. We stumbled upon this several years ago back in Tennessee because we live like right on the Kentucky line. And they have recently kind of got to this packaging. It used to just be clear packaging with a sticker on it. Like that was the vibe. They've got a couple different flavors. We are big fans of the original. And now this, for me, is kind of the jerky that all jerkies are judged by.
It's not for me, but it ranks pretty high on my list. So the interesting thing about this, and this is probably going to sound terrible, but Rodney brought it up, and the dog treats that used to smell really good, like the jerky dog treats for the dog. This tastes like that smells. I don't know that I've ever tasted the jerky dog treats.
You cut me off at the pass on that question. Yeah.
I figured I should preface my conversation there, but which they always smelled really good to me, and this kind of tastes like that.
Yeah,
tastes like that smells, and it's got a lot of salt. So if you don't like a lot of salt on your jerky, this is not your friend because it's like white dust.
Yeah. The bottom of the bag, you can
you could strike that off on your corn on the cob and be just fine. But
this right here is why I like it though. Like this stuff separates it, like the fiber level. Like they have dried this.
Right. No, for me, texture is a 5. I would say the flavor is a 4. Overall, we'll call it 4.5.
Nice. Oh, we're starting to split hairs here.
Well, I needed to because I know what my 5 is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get me there.
Yeah, and I will say this one I think reminds me of like dad making deer jerky or occasionally beef jerky as a kid, because my dad, like if it's like place your jerky in the dehydrator for 8 hours, he's like 16 hours it is.
Right. No, that's me too. I'm a fan of like, let's not screw around.
I will say that
this stuff down.
You almost need something else to snack on. Matt and I had some of this on a road trip back in the spring, and you've got to have something to like.
You have to have something to drink, something to snack on, something because
the salt does get you. So I'm going to give it a 4.5
in texture.
For taste.
Oh, I got it backwards then. I was going texture
5
first.
For texture.
I got mine backwards then
because I was 4.5 overall.
All right, sorry, mine are backwards. I was thinking 4 for taste, 5 for texture because I like I said, I like that burn. And again, that's probably a throwback to making my own jerky and burning the crap out of it.
Now that was one where you definitely need a palate cleanser because I can feel like the salt on my lips is a higher quantity of salt than some of the other jerkies.
Okay, so this is $3.95 jerky, and it is this is honey pepper. Honey pepper.
And they sent us 3 flavors, but they've got like a bunch on their website. We were checking out their site. Dang, that is a chunk of jerky. Like I've got a
I think it's glued together with said honey.
Oh my gosh.
You can absolutely taste honey.
Oh.
I mean,
it's like honey. Like, it's just not sweet stuff. Yeah.
No, it's actually better than I was thinking. I was a little worried. Again, this goes back to the sticky honey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that I would leap into action on this one. But.
Again, talking about the ingredients. Beef, brown sugar, salt, pepper, honey, onion, salt, garlic, salt. That's it. Yeah, manufactured by the 395 Jerky guys. And you can find them online. They're on Facebook, Instagram. The phone number is printed on the bag. I'm digging it. We'll make a post for you guys later. We appreciate you sending this in. Actually, I think I need like a second piece of this to kind of just like
get rid of the other.
No.
So if you like sweet stuff, that's a win. That's not necessarily my favorite, but
No.
So I'm gonna go. We're going taste. I'm gonna go with taste 3, texture of 4, and we'll go with an overall of 3.5 because I think I like it. It's noticeably better than the bourbon and the teriyaki.
Yeah,
but I think the lighter honey flavor and a little more smoke. I think I enjoyed that one a little bit more.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, the texture. I'm gonna start in the middle there. The texture was up there for me. Like that was pretty tough. I like when I have to some effort.
Work at it.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a 4, and we'll do a 4 for overall.
I honestly like the kind of clear,
Yeah,
like a little bit made in your backyard feel to it. To be honest, I
100%.
All right. So this is that the zesty or I get the wrong one?
This is sweet.
No, this is the sweet. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong one. We're out of order.
Oh, and hey, 395. We probably should tell you that yes, we know that you sent a black pepper.
It didn't make it.
Yeah, it didn't make it. Maybe 16 hours in the shop.
We really apologize for not reviewing that one, but it looked really good in the bag, and we couldn't hold ourselves. It was a little before lunch, which is about 10:45. We were all ready for a snack, and the bag was there.
Cam, our production manager, sends his love. He was on it because apparently just heavily peppered jerky is his thing.
Yeah, that's when I love a lot of pepper and jerky. We probably should have saved that, but it didn't.
It was like a feeding frenzy.
It was.
Huh. All right, so
this is way better than I thought it was going to be.
No,
because the word zesty wouldn't have.
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh, sweet. Oh, really?
Yeah. So not super sweet. Let's look at the ingredients. I mean, they're right here. Pineapple juice. Wow. Pineapple, garlic, brown sugar, salt, pepper, onion, salt, garlic salt.
Yeah, there's some pepper in here, which kind of helps it for me.
Yeah, I don't get pineapple at all, which I'm totally fine with. Man, again, you guys are
I have to chew it.
Yeah, nail and texture. So I'm gonna go 5 for texture. I think flavor, that one's a 3.5. Well, that's really all in there. And we'll do a 4 overall.
Yeah, I would say 4.44 for me.
Yeah. That texture is like right up there with the Mingu. Like it's not quite as dried, but the toughness is there. So all right. Then there was one. Pretty excited.
Yeah, but the problem is my standard for is back when Wild Bill's actually used to have the in the jar, it was kind of regional at that point, I believe, where you actually had to grab the tongs and pull it out of the jar.
Yeah.
That was
pick your piece out, fish around.
Yeah, that was that was really what that was my standard for good jerky. I honestly, the in the jar in a bag, not near as
not the same thing.
No, it's not for me. I don't know what happened, and maybe it's just nostalgia, right? But
oh wow! So this one has a Mr. Yoshida's marinade and cooking sauce. I wonder if that's something local to these guys. And then all the other kind of stuff you would expect. I think the marinade has more ingredients than the jerky does. And
these guys are out of California.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Now, where are the Anthem guys out of?
I read it and then forgot it. Oh, you got them both.
Oh, Montana, sorry.
Oh.
Or at least that's where it's distributed by. Oh, yeah, distributed by Anthem Snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, they're their own thing. The other brand, the Cattleman's, was actually an Oberto.
So the only thing that on the Cattleman's thing, and I'm kind of curious on all of these, being an ag guy, the Cattleman's thing says made from U.S. and imported beef. U.S. beef is near and dear to my heart, so
yeah.
I wish there was better truth in labeling on some of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's I think some of that's kind of questionable.
Makes me
not that it's questionable, but that I want to know where my
I
want to know where my cows are
from.
Yeah. I want to know where my cows come from.
So the zesty, the pepper finish was pretty good, but I think I'm going to drop it a notch. taste wise for me was a 3. The texture seemed pretty dang good.
I like the texture, and I didn't mind the taste. Like I would end up with like 3, 4, and then like 3.5 overall. But if we added the pepper,
oh yeah,
if we added the pepper to this, like that was pretty easy. Like for taste for me, that was probably an easy 4.5, and
texture was still good.
Texture was solid 4. Like I would call that a 4.5 pretty easy. The pepper one was like really for me spot on. But I like simple. Like I like salt. I like pepper. I like it dried out.
And then Cam's not here, but let me just, based on his enthusiasm,
we'll add Cam in as a solid 5 because he was seriously into it, and he does not like his jerky heavily starched. So
yeah,
he has a little different opinion than us, but interesting. So overall, I mean, I think that's pretty good because I like the mango and I like that pepper really well, and I like that the flank stuff. The flank stuff was pretty solid, and really surprised by the smoked honey that I like that as much as I did.
Yeah, if you had to do a top 3, maybe even not even like top 3 in an order, but just pick 3, what are you feeling?
The 395 pepper, the mango is really good, and these two would be a toss up for me. The Cattleman's Flank. I mean, honestly, I'd probably go with the Anthem Smoked Honey.
Yeah.
In the truth of it, I would go with the Anthem Smoked Honey, which again is a real surprise for me because that's not my normal flavor palette. Heavy salt, good amount of pepper.
Yeah.
Completely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, that one surprised me. So smoked honey definitely makes my top 3. The Mingu, because like we buy that stuff by bulk, like obviously it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And then even the pepper would be up there for me. It wasn't in here, so I'm gonna have to say I think the honey pepper was still really good with the 395 because I do like sweet stuff.
Yeah, the sugar is not my thing.
Yeah, this one surprised me. That's my go-to, and then that was just like that's different. And the flank is good, but I'm almost saying like beef snack.
Yeah, a little less jerky. And
Yeah.
More...
I mean, like I may get real ghetto on a future trip and like buy a pack of that and like throw it in with a stir fry.
Right.
You know, like you would never know once it's warmed up.
Right.
So
it's probably true. We'll have to try that too. So, is there anything else we need to do with the jerky? So that's, I mean, this food episode was a really good idea. I don't know that anybody else is going to like it, but for us, I think this food episode worked out pretty solid. We'll see how much. I
mean, jerky though
he likes to edit it, but
you got to have it for some overlanding adventures. I mean, it travels well. It provides proteins if you find yourself needing to do some physical activity. You got the protein there. If you're sweating a lot, the salts are being replaced. If you need to bake,
I mean, jerky's kind of a daily, almost like I literally buy it at the grocery store. If I don't like, I have some around almost all the time. It's really rare that I don't have some kind of jerky.
Yeah, if you're in a predator area, you put some in the pocket.
And as I say that, like this Cattleman's Flank, I think is in my truck right now.
Oh, nice.
And not the one that was sent to us. Like obviously, like I actually was looking and I'm like, oh wait, I bought some of this recently.
You gotta find that Anthem somewhere.
Yeah.
I know you can get the Cattleman's other places on Mingu's online. 395 sells through their website, but we'll check those guys out.
Is there other places to get 395 or is that
I'm not sure. If there are, we'll update some notes. But yeah, they've got a bunch of flavors and like a bunch of sizes because we had a 1 ounce, I think this was like a 5, and they had like a 10-ounce bag. I mean, and that's sizable.
There's a lot in there. For sure.
Yeah, like it's crammed in there.
The bag is not necessarily giant, but there's a lot of jerky in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they had 1 ounce, 5 ounce, and 10, and then maybe there was like a variety pack where you could get like 3 1-ouncers or something. So,
should we ever do trail mix? We're not gonna do anything soon. I'm just
yeah. Suddenly it's the Overland Snack Podcast.
Well, I mean, I like to snack. Yeah, I really do.
No, I mean,
but this is the pinnacle of snacking for me.
Right? Yeah. No,
it really is. I mean, there isn't.
I got a fishing trip this weekend. I'm totally gonna take that leather bag of Anthem and stick that in my bag.
Yeah, No, this is jerky is the pinnacle of snacking. It really is.
Yeah.
Now I will say, have you ever had the bacon?
So, my buddy Kelso, Bushcraft Kelso, calls it pocket bacon.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can literally just stick it in your pocket.
Isn't all bacon that though?
Well, I mean, like the like jerky bacon, travels a little bit better. Doesn't get all like slimy and stuff. Like, yeah.
Huh. I mean, I burn my bacon much like I like my my beef jerky. I like it well done, no screwing around. I don't want limp bacon.
I don't know what the opposite of a palate cleanser is, but that's what this is.
Exactly opposite of a palate cleanser.
Your palate is shot for about 5 minutes after.
Yeah, no, but I think I've traveled a lot with just a bag of bacon.
Yeah.
Like you said, burn it good. Super crisp. I will do that in
that's brandy. So like if we're doing bacon, I can literally make mine and have mine in the skillet at the same time as hers. Pull mine out, put it on a plate, make eggs, and then when the eggs are done, hers is ready. She likes her bacon like.
Yeah. No, it should snap in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like it too, because it travels better.
Yeah.
Not just because it travels better, probably. But
if you have any other snack, maybe this won't be like, not every episode, but maybe we'll do like see that Mingo, you gotta like sometimes get worked through a piece.
You do.
You're
gonna have to speed up a couple of these these transitions here because we're gnawing on.
I'm curious with the background.
The background noise has got to be horrible in this. Yeah, we apologize for the audio ahead of time.
No, but we could do like a segment every couple episodes about So if you got any other snacks, you can drop them in the mail to us.
Or if you have another beef jerky, we could do a segment. We could do a segment on that. We should be doing that. We should be doing a beef jerky, or a snack an episode. Or every other episode,
something like that. Yeah.
That way, it would be intentional. The food conversation would be more intentional as opposed to random pizza, taco restaurants.
We're recording another episode right after this. I'm really curious if it comes back around to food since we're snacked up.
Probably. I was already thinking about pizza, so probably. I was wondering if the Italian place was open in town for lunch.
I think it's just Tuesdays that's weird. Yeah.
Oh, really? They were closed yesterday getting some work done, so we missed out on my baked ziti. I was really pumped up about having some.
I think we're going to do brow burgers since we're taking those flyers about the Overlander Flea Market, November 18th here at the shop. More info on the site. This episode will be out before then by a little bit. So if you're regional or, want to drive in, camp out.
And if you're, I was going to say, and we're going to hopefully do a ride on Sunday, kind of on the way out, short. Roll through.
A couple hours, maybe on the trail, if that. There's some good spots just literally within sight of the shop here, and we'll try to like break off near 81. So if everyone needs to peel out and head home, it'll be a good spot to get back on the road.
Yeah.
So
easy to get back to 460 or up to 64. Or 81 north or south. Yeah, it should be handy as far, and it doesn't take you that far from the shop in general, assuming you're talking about boblets.
Yeah.
Boblet Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah. I watched a video where a dude said like 2 hours was plenty of time for like getting out and taking pictures, stuff like that.
Yeah. So. That's what I was thinking, because it's 15 minutes up the road.
Yeah. We're going to pre-run it on Monday, but we haven't been all the way over the mountain on it just yet. So.
Yeah. I've been on it a number of times. It's just been 8 or 10 years probably. But yeah, it's just 15 minutes from the shop, probably an hour and a half of actual like driving.
Yeah.
Nice road.
Yeah, 2-track dirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
2-track dirt, little ruts, a little bit of hill climbing, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing too sporty.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we run it so we can give folks, full-size folks, like fair warning, stuff like that, if it's tight, grown in or anything. But
it's usually not.
Yeah, the video I watched, it's actually some exposure. Like there's
Yeah, it's a nice drive. It's a nice drive. Plus, Grant lives down there. LT.
Oh yeah, is that near Grant's place?
It's maybe his grandparents or something have a farm right in that area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He lives over that way.
Well, hey, again, thanks to Bobby Anderson for sending us the Anthem and the Cattleman's. Thanks to the 395 Jerky folks for sending us a bunch of samples.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell us how you like our new CT.
Yeah. And thanks to my wife for letting us crack open some of her reserve Mingu, because you can't just get it at the gas station now since we moved. So she has to
she has to plan it. I keep my jerky in the truck, mostly because if it's on the counter, my kids will eat it, and my kids don't, they don't appreciate good jerky. So I hide it in my truck. If my children are watching, this is just for the podcast. There's nothing in my truck. I don't keep my good snacks hidden under the seat of my truck.
No, that's all fabricated story for
It's
entertainment
all made
purposes
up.
only.
All made up. There's no, it's all lies.
I like how you say we're like sommeliers with wine. Like we have this refined palate. Like they can't appreciate.
I have the least refined palate on the planet. That's the worst thing. Like
that's what worries me. Like, do I just like the Mingu? Because it's got enough salt to like
right
mummify someone.
Right. And
no, I'm kidding.
And you chew on it for a while.
Yeah.
And like it checks those 2 boxes and that's it. Because I could eat Little Caesars every day for like every day. Except our Little Caesars is gone.
And we're getting
sons of bitches
no
took my Little Caesars away.
But Dunkin' Donuts is not nearly as useful to me.
No, me neither.
It doesn't. That's not true. It will affect my life because Brandy truly hates Dunkin' Donuts.
It will affect you. So
she's a Krispy Kreme fan through and through, and everywhere there's a Dunkin' Donuts is a missed chance for there to be a Krispy Kreme. I think in her eyes.
I see. So that's where it lands.
Yeah.
I get that logic, and I can go down the path of like boycotting something for things like that.
Yeah. I'm when we were up in New England, she was pretty angry through like most of Massachusetts, and
really
just like everywhere. Yeah. So.
And they've missed out for Krispy Kreme.
These people don't even know.
They don't even understand what they're missing. The Krispy Kreme could be here. That makes so much sense to me. I totally get that now.
Yeah.
I never understood before, but Randy, I'm on board with your logic.
Yeah.
I do like their breakfast sandwiches though.
we hunted down several independent donut shops because she had no interest in going to Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My problem is I don't really want to wait in line that much, and breakfast sandwiches are kind of the only thing that I really have enjoyed there.
Since we went off on a slight tangent, for folks who don't know, we're in Bedford, Virginia. We're a relatively small town, but there's it's a nice little downtown area, and there's like more of like a businessy side of town.
They're all excited. We're getting a hotel.
Yeah.
We're getting like a real hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we stop that because I would just assume not have a real hotel in our town, but apparently, and we're getting a new gas station.
Oh yeah, Royal Farms.
It's big time. This is big time. This is serious. We're getting a new gas station, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a hotel.
All like,
and if anybody's got any suggestions how to legally stop all that from happening, let me know.
That part's important because we have all kinds.
We've got all kinds of things that will get us in trouble.
I did notice that people, when they were talking about the announcements, we've got some good like Bedford Facebook groups. Some people felt really strongly about Dunkin's. And I really doubt that any of those people watch our podcast. But I want you to know, I got a good laugh when people were like, "We need a real coffee place like Starbucks."
Oh,
like if your idea is real coffee is Starbucks, you can just put the Snickers bar in the coffee and cut out the middleman.
I don't even. Who is that? Somebody go kick them in the shin. Do we know them?
Oh, I know. There was multiple people that were like, why can't we have a Starbucks? Like, if you want your coffee to be roasted into oblivion.
It's got to be like a 14-year-old who can't drive or something, right? Or just got your license and figured out there's coffee in the world. Who in the world?
First off, we have Joe Beans, which is a little drive-through place that's slammed all the time.
Yeah.
Good coffee.
Yeah.
And that's if you like it like I do, black coffee, or if you like to throw some stuff in there.
Downtown. If you like your Snickers bars in there, they'll do that.
Yeah. Bridge Street has some good breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
There's the new place, like 11th Man or something, whatever it's called. That's over there on Main Street. They've got good coffee and some good food. We've been there a few times.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah. And then down next to Benny's Pizza, there's LJ's or something, and it's open like super early. I can appreciate that. It opens like way earlier than some of the others. So if you're out,
wait, is that coffee?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get down that end of town.
Yeah, unless I'm going for a pizza. If I'm
going down there, I'm going to Beals.
Yeah,
and I'm getting a Mac Attacks, Mac Attack hamburger,
but yeah, LJ's is open super early. I like the vibe of Bridge Street. Classic coffee shop, local owned. If you want good coffee, quick, Joe Beans, the drive-through. But I was just like, that cracks me up. You're upset that we're getting a Dunkin' because you're not getting a Starbucks. Like,
none of that makes any sense to me. But I would rather not have either, and I'll drink old hot. Old cold black gas station coffee.
Yeah, this came from the in front of the Blimpies counter in the Shell station. So
that is not a Shell station. That's a BP, man.
BP, you're right. Yeah.
The Blimpies coffee has got to go.
It's at the end of the road that we take to come into town.
Yeah,
it's convenient.
Yeah. No, I just hope they don't overgrow their small townness.
Yeah. No, I will say that we've been in some other small towns recently. Man, we are off the rails. If you're still with us, thank you. You're dedicated.
Yeah. You're committed. Have you been to Rocky Mount lately? Rocky Mount is just south of us and is probably one of my favorite small towns.
No,
with Bedford. And you know what they don't have? A Dunkin' Donuts, a giant ass hotel, and
no.
But they do have a great music venue. So if you like live music, they have the Harvester,
Oh, yeah.
and right across the street is this place, something burger. I can't remember the name of it. I eat there pretty regularly if I'm down that way. But Harvester, little tiny music venue, brings in all kinds of like really good people.
Yeah.
Spectacular place. And then the burger place across the street is spot on. Like it is, they're winning.
Oh, good to know. We haven't ventured down that way. We were up towards Stanton and Waynesboro. And like Waynesboro's an example. They have like a cool like street, but then like outside of that, there's not a lot going on downtown. I like that Bedford has down there next to Bill's and the 620 building.
Yeah.
You know, the business side of town.
I will say Rocky Mount on the out, like kind of further out, it does have some hotels and some stuff like that, but not restaurant wise. It's pretty all homegrown. The other thing they do is they run a car show like every weekend.
Oh, really?
Like every single weekend. Like you drive through there on a Saturday afternoon and there are cool cars everywhere.
Not that I have anything against the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's a good way to hop between trails and stuff and forest roads. I think that's probably a lot to do with why we're getting a big hotel and the D-Day Memorial being here.
Yeah, they've been trying to do that for a million years. They've been trying to get an Amtrak stop in here, and they've been trying to get they've been rumors of a large hotel coming here for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shame.
Yeah. But hey, Bedford's still a great town. We like it.
Yeah. I love Bedford. I'm just complaining because
you've been here a long time. Yeah. And then, gosh, I guess the first time I came up would have been, before we were going to Vermont. So that would have been like 8 or 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
And first time I actually experienced like Bedford.
Yeah.
And then, So, well, hey, this has been another episode of the the Overland Bonfire Podcast with a little bit of local news thrown in at the end.
We appreciate it if you've made it this far. We do love our little town a lot. And honestly, this region of the country, just absolutely love. Like from here to East Tennessee is pretty spectacular. Up into West Virginia, we just live in a great space.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's hard not to talk about about it for me anyway. Well, good. Hey, we appreciate for sticking with us. Thanks. This has been the Blue Ridge Bonfire. Yeah. We will catch up with you next time, and hopefully you'll see Rodney in place of our CT whiteboard.
Yeah,
we should actually name this. Should we write CT at the top?
Like get a name tag. Hello, my name is.
Yeah, hello, my name is CT.
I think I need some water though after this.
Yeah, we should probably get a drink. All right, we'll see you later.
Thanks.